It's clear that the recent events in WWE have taken a dramatic turn, particularly with the rise of Kevin Owens and the shocking alliance with Triple H. What started as an emotional feud with Cody Rhodes has now evolved into a ruthless power struggle, one that threatens to reshape the landscape of WWE forever. The conflict began at Saturday night's main event 2024, where Cody Rhodes successfully defended his undisputed WWE Championship against Owens in a brutal battle. Despite the hard-fought victory, the night ended on a tragic note for Rhodes. Owens, still seething from his loss, attacked Rhodes from behind and delivered a vicious package pile driver to the champion, leaving him motionless in the ring. The sight of Rhodes being carted away by paramedics to the hospital further solidified Owens' dangerous intentions. In the chaos following the match, Owens stole the Winged Eagle Championship, a symbolic act that further heightened the tension between the two men. The WWE Universe was left in shock, and the story quickly took a new turn when Triple H, the chief content officer of WWE, confronted Owens on the ramp. Their interaction was loaded with intensity, with Triple H visibly upset at Owens' actions. This confrontation hinted at a larger plan and a potential punishment for Owens' blatant disrespect of the company and its champions. Rumors began circulating that the CCO might not just punish Owens, but potentially align with him, given the history between Triple H and Cody Rhodes. This idea gained traction due to Rhodes' past criticisms of Triple H and the McMahon family, both in WWE and during his time in AEW. The tension between the two men, coupled with Rhodes' anti-authoritarian stance, set the stage for an unexpected turn of events in WWE. As fans eagerly awaited the next development, WWE began to fuel speculation by dropping hints of an impending alliance between Owens and Triple H. There were whispers that Owens had shifted his focus, no longer content with being the rebellious underdog. Instead, Owens had begun making secretive deals with figures from WWE's past, ones who knew how to play the corporate game. This change in Owens' demeanor hinted at a larger plan, one that would change WWE's power structure forever. On a particularly intense Monday Night Raw, Owens took to the microphone with a darker attitude than ever before. He began by mocking the WWE Universe, claiming that while they believed they knew him, the loudmouth rebel, he was now playing the game on a whole new level. Owens revealed that over the years, he had been making deals in the background, alliances with people who understood how to manipulate the system. This cryptic message left the audience on edge, but before Owens could elaborate, the lights dimmed, and the unmistakable sound of Triple H's entrance music echoed throughout the arena. The reaction from the crowd was a mix of confusion and disbelief as Triple H, long absent from WWE television, made his way to the stage. The game was back, but this time he wasn't alone. Triple H's return was not just as a figurehead, but as a power player who had aligned himself with Owens. The moment was chilling as Triple H addressed Owens, revealing that the real power in WWE wasn't in fighting the system. It was in controlling it. He spoke of joining forces with those who understood how to manipulate and own the system. It became clear that Triple H was offering Owens something far more powerful than any championship, the opportunity to shape WWE's future from the inside. Owens, a man who had always fought against the authority, finally saw the light. He smiled and acknowledged that he had been playing the game all wrong. The rebellious approach had brought him championships, but it had never given him control. With Triple H's guidance, Owens realized that true power came from within the system, something that Triple H had mastered. The two men shook hands, cementing a new alliance that would forever change WWE. The return of the authority had been hinted at for months, but this was different. This wasn't the same faction that had once dominated WWE with an iron fist. Owens and Triple H were not looking to control WWE with just a handful of loyal followers. This new iteration of the authority was more dangerous, more calculated. The duo began to recruit not just for loyalty, but for ruthlessness. Every move made by Owens and Triple H was cold, strategic, and designed to dominate both the talent and the backstage operations of WWE. As weeks went by, Owens and Triple H began pulling in various stars, promising them power and influence in exchange for their loyalty. One of the first to join was Seth Rollins, a former member of the original Authority. Though Rollins had distanced himself from Triple H in the past, he saw the potential to climb back to the top under Owens and Triple H's new regime. Initially hesitant, Rollins eventually became a key member of the new Authority, further solidifying Owens' position as the mastermind of the faction. Another surprise came when Sami Zayn, Owens' longtime friend and occasional rival, joined the ranks. Zayn had seen the damage the Authority had caused in the past and was initially reluctant to join forces with Owens and Triple H. However, after a series of emotional conversations, Zayn was swayed by the promise of power and influence. His decision to join was a turning point, signaling that the new Authority was building a truly formidable team. But it wasn't just the talent that Owens and Triple H sought to control. The real goal was to seize control of WWE's backstage operations. Adam Pearce, WWE's official and the voice of reason, soon found himself manipulated by the duo. They promised him more control over match stipulations and a larger role in the company's decision-making processes. Soon, Owens and Triple H had not only created a new faction, but they had also gained significant influence over the entire operation of WWE, from top to bottom. With their growing influence, Owens and Triple H began systematically dismantling anyone who dared oppose them. Roman Reigns, the once untouchable head of the bloodline, found himself facing subtle attacks from all angles. His loyalty to the Usos was tested as Owens and Triple H planted seeds of doubt in their minds. Meanwhile, the Usos, now in a position of uncertainty, found themselves in a precarious situation, forced to decide where their allegiance truly lay. The most shocking development came when Rhea Ripley, the powerhouse of Raw, joined the new Authority. Ripley, who had always been a fierce competitor, saw an opportunity to align herself with Owens and Triple H in order to take control of the women's division. She quickly asserted her dominance, taking out competitors with the same ruthless efficiency that Owens and Triple H had shown. Her addition to the faction was a powerful statement. The Authority was no longer just a group of men. It was a force to be reckoned with, including the women who would dominate the division as well. As the pieces of the new Authority fell into place, it became clear that Owens and Triple H weren't just building a faction. They were constructing an empire. The power they wielded was undeniable, and with every passing week, it became evident that they were willing to do whatever it took to crush anyone who stood in their way. The Authority had returned, but this time, it wasn't just about ruling WWE. It was about owning it. The question now was no longer about who would rise to the top of WWE, but who would survive the brutal and calculated reign of Owens and Triple H. The future of WWE seemed uncertain, and with each passing week, the tension between the Authority and the rest of WWE's talent continued to build. As Owens and Triple H continued to pull the strings behind the scenes, one thing was clear. The WWE landscape had forever changed, and no one was safe from the grip of the new Authority. With every move, every alliance, and every decision, Owens and Triple H made it known that they were not just players in WWE's game. They were the game itself. The power struggle in WWE had entered a new chapter, and only time would tell who would come out on top in this high-stakes battle for control. The Authority had returned, and it was here to stay.